Okie dokie. It's time for another Spiral Abyss clear. I'm also going to use this one to talk about my personal speculations for Sumeru. Specifically, I'm not going to speculate on like the entire story, but I'm going to speculate on Kusanali specifically, or Nahida. And I say Nahida because, let's face it, they pretty much have said that Nahida is Kusanali in all the trailers. I'm going to keep calling her Kusanali until it is official, but from the trailers and the voice cameos and all that, it's pretty much confirmed that Nahida is Kusanali. So let's just clear that up out of the gate. So, I'm like I said, I'm not going to do the entire what I think the story of Sumeru is going to be, because they pull some random crap out of left field sometimes. Like, I would never have guessed that Inazuma was going to end with a time traveling magic tree thing, but I'm going to try and just guess around the idea of how Kusanali interacts with everything, because honestly, the thing I care most about is the Archons. I'm going to do this here because, honestly, floors 9 through 11 are pretty easy. So, and yeah, I know that people have already put out spoilers and leaks and whatnot for the for what the storyline's going to be, and they have hints on what Kusanali's personality is going to be like, but I'm going to ignore those and just do my own speculation. And fortunately, I have a Instagram post that I put out a while ago, 5 weeks ago, as it is, that talks about what I thought it was going to be, and that came out before all the leaks, so I'm just going to stick with that and kind of expand a little bit. So, my post I'm going to read. Personally, my speculation for Kusanali is she's the former Archon's daughter who was born after she died, and since she was too young to rule effectively, the sages took over, and that's why Sumeru is all wonky, because they never gave the power back. And so basically what I'm saying is that when Greater Lord Rukkhadevata died, Kusanali was born. How? We don't know. It could be, there's some plants that only seed after a fire, so it could be something similar to that. And so she became the new Archon, but she was too young to be an Archon, like, fully, because we don't know how cognizant an Archon is when they're born, or gods in general are. So she could have been an actual baby, or she could have been fully functional, just experienced, or inexperienced, we don't know. So, anyway, my idea is that she wasn't not exactly fit to rule, but not quite ready to rule, I guess is a good way to put it. So the sages kind of took over, and it ended up being a situation where the kind of like the English monarchy, where Parliament does the rule, and the Parliament being the sages, and then Kusanali would be like Queen Elizabeth, the figurehead, the head of state. It's done in her name, but she's not really in charge of the day-to-day. And from what we can see from the trailer that came out most recently, that's pretty accurate, actually, because the sages talk about how they still worship Rukkhadevata, and Kusanali isn't particularly seen as much. So, that's a pretty good guess on my part 5 weeks ago. I find it interesting that the sages still worship Rukkhadevata, even though that was 500 years ago, so the likelihood of any of them ever meeting her is minimal at best. But whatever. Okay, so, and the wonky state that I've referred to here, and I have another post about what I mean by that. Wonky here refers to the excess of erudition that Sumeru is noted for. So basically, that's actually a really cool falling down thing at the end of that. Sorry, I got a little distracted. Anyway, so basically the sages are responsible for... What I'm saying is the sages are the ones who are responsible for the reason Sumeru is all not religion, erudition and knowledge and academics and whatnot, which also is... which is hinted at in the trailer that we watched, because they were talking to Nilu about how art is not as important as knowledge. So basically I'm saying that when Dainsleif talked about how the god of wisdom doesn't comment about the excess of erudition and the mirage of wisdom in Sumeru, I'm thinking he was being a bit harsh, which is par for the course. I mean, Dainsleif isn't particularly known for liking the gods very much, so I'm saying that it's the sage's fault, not Kusanali's, and why she is allowing them to run the show, we don't know. There's speculation out on it, but we don't actually know, and I don't actually know. Maybe she's... if I were to speculate, it's maybe she's too nice. That's what we got from the trailers, is she's kind of she's a pretty nice Archon. Or at least nice to us, anyway. So maybe she doesn't want to fight back, or maybe she doesn't have enough self-confidence to fight back. So we don't know quite yet what her reason for not saying anything to the sages are, but I am pretty much of the opinion that it's not fully her fault that Sumeru's kind of mucked up. So, that's my opinion on Kusanali, and hopefully, I'll still be making videos about this stuff. I'll still be making videos when Fontaine comes out in like a year or so, and I'll be able to... Well, actually, it wouldn't matter when Fontaine comes out, because when Sumeru's questline is over, I'm going to make a video, probably just another one of these Spiral Abyss videos, and then talk about it and figure out what my opinion of Fontaine's going to be, because if it holds, somebody's going to tell us about it. So, like Venti told us about Leah, and a little bit about Snezhnaya and the Tsaritsa. Zhang Li told us about Inazuma and Baal, in quotation marks there. It's really Beelzebul, but whatever. And then at the end of part of the Sumeru, or part of the Inazuma quest line, Miko told us about Sumeru and Kusanali and all that. So once we get some more information, I'll be able to give more of an in-depth idea of what I think Fontaine's going to be like. As of right now, all we know is that the Hydro Archon's a wee bit crazy, and we also know that the people of Fontaine are... I think the best way to describe them is a lot. They're kind of a bunch of pompous jackasses, honestly. But, whatever. They're French, which stereotypes and all that. So, that's what I think things are going to be. I'm wondering if we're going to get to see Kusanali use her full Archon powers, because we never got to see an Archon with a using their Gnosis. So, but even if we don't get to see her using it, because she is the more friendly of... So, when I say that, after Sumeru in my opinion, is that we're going to be heading into what would be called the Big Three regions. And by the Big Three regions, I mean they are the ones that will have the most antagonistic relationship with the Traveler. Ironically, Natlan is of the three. Natlan is the one that should have the least antagonistic, but it's still a potential. So, again, we don't really know what the Hydro Archon's going to be like, but there is a distinct possibility that she will judge the Traveler as being problematic, for lack of a better term, which is not thoroughly inaccurate because he's interacted with 3 different Archons at this point, and they've all lost their Nosai. So, or Gnosis, I'm not sure which one it is, I think Nosai. Yeah, Nosai. So she may consider him, or her, depending on what gender you play your Traveler as, to be a hazard to her, as in the Hydro Archon's rule. So she could easily just dub you as a criminal and judge you and give you all kinds of hell. And as far as we know, all of the Archons have, all of the remaining 4 Archons have their Nosai. So, while Kusanali is most likely not going to use hers against us. I have no doubt that the Hydro Archon would be more than happy to use hers against us if she saw fit. And then you have Natlan and Murata, the Pyro Archon, who from all descriptions of her is rather belligerent and likes a good fight, and something tells me she wouldn't hold back. So, if we got on her wrong side, honestly, I think she would probably be of the 3 remaining, I think she would be the least likely to be a problem, because she likes warriors, so she could probably just, instead of fighting us directly, she'd, have us join her army or military or whatever, or have us compete in a tournament or something, and then we wouldn't have an issue. But if she ended up fighting us, it would be really cool to see a Archon use the full power of their Gnosis, but yeah, she could also be really scary. But, you know, she's probably the friendliest of the 3 remaining after Sumeru. Anyway, and then of course the Tsuritsa, we're actively fighting the Harbingers, so can't really say that she's going to be friendly to us. And of the 3, she most definitely would use her full powers against us and have no qualms about doing it whatsoever if we pissed her off, which, you know, is interesting. But on the plus side, we will have gotten through Natlan before hitting Snezhnaya, which means that, at least canonically, the Traveler will have access to Pyro, which means that they can use it against Snezhnaya, the Cryo Archon. You know, melt everything, literally. That will be interesting. I do like that the order, and we're going through for the 3 after Sumeru, you get the Hydro, and then you take Hydro into the Land of Fire, and then you take Fire into the Land of Ice. So that's a nice little progression there. But, yeah. So, that's just my opinion. So, just to synopsize, Kusanali is the figurehead, and the sages are the reason why everything's all weird in Sumeru. And and if we go by the trailer, the reason is partially because they're still obsessed with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. And for anyone who's wondering, the reason I keep saying the Greater Lord part is because I need to build up to that name. It's a little tricky. It's just, yeah. this is this fight. Going back to Spiral Abyss, this fight was me forgetting again that this was a defend the monument fight, so I didn't bring a gatherer. That was kind of cool. I accidentally landed on the flower petal, so it kicked him up, so he had an even bigger jump down, which was interesting. I'm looking forward to Sumeru. I'm looking forward to collecting the Dendroculi. My brother who also plays, isn't looking forward to it, but I like collecting them. It's fun for me.
Solidify.
And let's see, what else is there? Nothing really big. I've got most of my preparations. I still need about 400 more weapon XP mats. I'm probably not going to get all that, but I have all the XP books I need for Tanari and Kulai and no, that's actually, I don't want I'm guaranteed to get Tanari, and then we get a free Kulai, and I'm not actively going to try to get Dory, even though she's interesting. I'm not really interested in her. I'll get her eventually, but I'm not going to actively go get her. And then I've got 3 sets of full gemstones, of hydro gemstones, waiting to turn into dendro gemstones with alchemy, so that I can have one for Tanari, one for Kulai, and one for Kusanali when she comes out. So, extra prepared in that regard. Then I've got all the money I need to level up Tanari, Kulai, and the Traveler's abilities to where I want them. Basically, it'll be 1 6 and 2 12s with both of them. In terms of talent. Well, okay, that's not true, because I'm not going to try and get Tanari to see. I'm not going to pull enough to get constellations on Tanari, so it's a 1 6 and 2 10s, or 9s for him and Kulai, and then the Traveler will be 1 6 and 2 12s, because you get his constellations for free anyway. And I've been collecting what are they called, the fungal dusts from the sorry, where was I? I had to step away for a second. Oh, right. I've been collecting the crystalline dust from the chasm, from the floating fungi.
Think you can get away?
Which, I'm pretty sure you all know why. Some of you will understand why I'm doing that, but I'm not going to say it out loud. So, I don't think I'll have enough to do everything I need, but I'll definitely have enough for at least one of the things I need them for. So, that'll be fun. So... I'm looking forward to the new Dendro reactions, which I've already said multiple times before, I'm sure. I want to see how I'm gonna I'm going to be very interested to see how they all work out together. And this stupid god-danged Thunder Oceanid is just obnoxiously annoying.
Burst forth.
I hate this thing. See, that's exactly why, because it just zips out of the way, and you don't always know when it's going to happen. It's kind of like La Signora in Tenshikaku. Hopefully, when we do get into Sumeru, we won't have the same issue that we had in Inazuma, where the story quest is broken up, or the Archon quest is broken up by 2 story quests. You know how we did the first part of the Inazuma Archon quest, where you had to meet Ayaka and then meet the people who had lost their vision. I'm hoping that we won't have the same issue where after you do that, where like how after you did that in the Inazuma quest, you had to do Ayaka's story quest and then Yoimiya's story quest, and hopefully we don't have to do that in Sumeru, because that would be kind of annoying. And I did not like that. I wanted to get it all over with. But, you know, can't control what the developers decide to do. Not really, anyway. Anyway. Somebody was pointing out that all the that the Archons have a I at the end of their name: Zhongli, A, Venti, Kusanali, but that doesn't mean shit, because if she goes by Nahida, then it doesn't matter, because then it would break the whatever it's called, the naming pattern. Because Kusanali is her, from what we understand, Kusanali is her title. And Nahida would be her given name, or not her given name, but the name that she chooses to go by. Like Venti is his chosen name, but Barbados is his Lord Barbados is his titular name. Actually, a better one is Zhongli is his chosen name, and then Rex Lapis is his titular name, which is similar to Kusanali, and then Morax being his god name. So we still need to figure out what Kusanali's god name is. There are speculations as to what it is, but again, we're not going to get into that. Anyway. I do wonder what Kusanali's kit's gonna be, because if we go based off the idea that it is going to follow what the travelers are, but just flipped and strengthened, then her E is going to be a summoning of some kind, be it a lamp or a creature or something, kind of like how the summoner, or like the traveler's elemental burst is a summons the lamp that changes based on what element you apply to it, and then her element elemental burst will be some kind of a big shot of dendro damage, which I'm assuming is probably going to have some after effect that we don't, some extra effect that we don't know about, whatever. Okay, you noticed the transition there, I'm sure, and it was because I had cut out the video before hop, and I forgot that I like to show the switch back to this, basically, where I show the new build, and yeah, whatever. You get the picture. You may notice it's taking me a while. I just couldn't come up with a good party. Eventually I kind of focus down and get one going, but it's the cryo, the ice box that's always kind of trips me up a little bit. It works out. And I think if we skip properly, go straight to, yeah. I will say I don't particularly care for the ice box. I think my favorite of the boxes is, at least in terms of, my favorite is probably the shock box, followed by the air conditioner, the air box, and then box AC, I guess, is one way to do it. And then I think I like, who's next? Probably the firebox, and then the Rubik's Cube, if we count that as a box, and then this one, and then the water box, because that one's just obnoxious on so many levels. I wonder if we're going to get a dendro hypostasis eventually, which should be, if we do, they better come up with something really ingenious, otherwise burning is just going to wipe that thing off the face of the planet. I guess that's why they gave us the plant chicken instead, because the plant chicken isn't dendro. You can apply dendro to it, but it itself is not dendro, so that means you can't just burn it to Kingdom Come. I will say that you don't see it because I edited edited it out, but it took me a while to get the right team together for this because of that stupid frickin' rune serpent. It was obnoxious to the extreme, and I finally managed one, but man, it was annoying. And admittedly, I got it when I came up with this combo that I have for it. It ended up being a first try kill, but I had many tries before that, and I want to be honest, it wasn't an immediate success thing. This stupid thing teleports. Anyway, that's just me bitching. So I'm glad that this is the last time we have to fight the rune serpent. It is the most annoying, and it's even worse than the samurai. Samurai has its moments of invulnerability, but not as many as the stupid snake. And it stays, ironically, it stays still a lot longer. So, yeah, screw this stupid snake. And you don't also have to worry about the that spinning thing where you can break it out of it, but only by hitting the weak points. I looked it up, and the weak points are kind of tricky to hit, so we don't have to worry about that. That's also nice about the samurai. I can't believe I'm actually praising the freaking samurai fight. I hate that thing. It's just such a pestilential pain in the ass to hit those things. Even managed to do it. It is a one. Did I do it? I thought I did it in one shot. Now I'm concerned. Fortunately, Hu Tao is Hu Tao. She does make things a lot easier for me. Thank you, Kazuha, for the vaporize, and I think, yeah, I managed to hit the weak points this time. Oh, no. So it wasn't a one and go, so I was wrong. Earlier, I was right when I started to second guess myself. So it was a 2. It took me 2 shots to do it. I just hate that serpent, and I'm so glad it's going to be gone, and I'm not going to go into what might be in the next Spiral Abyss, because that's speculation, or that's leaks, and we acknowledge their existence, but we don't talk about them. Openly, at least. So, that's that. Anyway, let's kill this stupid snake thing. I think I managed to kill it this time around.
Are they going to pick him up early today?
Sorry if you heard that. I don't know if you did, but I had to step away again. Anyway, let's finish this up, hopefully, without any more interruptions. I'm already doing better, I can tell on this. I think this is a kill. That's unfortunate. The stupid thing slides away, but it comes back. That's nice of it. I honestly did not expect to have actually knocked it out in that moment. It didn't look like I was going to, but I managed it out of pure dumb luck. Everyone didn't get a hydro proc. That was annoying. So was the fact that I used Zhongli's elemental burst and the freaking snake went underground. And huzzah for Kazuha and giving me Vaporize. Alright. Well, that's that. So, the video is about to end, and I will say that I'm going to do a live stream of Sumeru when it comes out on Tuesday. I'm going to start a little bit after the actual patch drops, because I'm going to have to do some cleaning up stuff first. Like the actual Sumeru stuff, I'm going to start the stream when I can, as soon as I can, but I gotta do dailies and stuff, so I'm going to clean that up first and then go into Sumeru proper. So, assuming that the server are back up at around like 9:30 Central, then probably around 10 will be the actual starting of Sumeru. I have a set up for Tanari, but I'd forgotten that I already had the goblet that I wanted to use at 20, so I was trying to find something to throw some artifacts in so I could get the last artifact reward. Anyway, I just chuck them into this, because why the hell not? So, Sumeru. Sumeru live stream on Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Pretty good flower for her, actually. But anyway, let's get the thing. And if I remember correctly, the stats were crap. Possibly has potential. Super crap. And again, potential. Alright. So, subscribe to the channel if you like these videos or any of the other videos, or like this video or any of the other videos I put out. I'll be doing a live stream on Tuesday. Hope you can come and watch, and have a good rest of your day.